Lindsay.
What? Oh, I'm Brayden.
And I have facial hair. And this is TMB, Reviewing the World.
The show where we review things.
Without all the blah blah blah.
And more facial hair. Tonight we're reviewing Creepypastas.
/ creepy stories, if you don't know what creepypastas mean.
Just
Practically
a really
everyone on the
retarded
internet.
word. A really weird word for scary stories. Okay, so... we're gonna start out with Brayden.
Okay, so the creepypastas I picked were two of them that Cry had done.
Cry from Cry. Well, Cry plays, or Chaotic Monkey, or now it's Cryotic. But people just call him Cry for short.
He's a YouTuber that reads creepy stories.
We will put a link
I
either somewhere in the video or in the description. We'll see how it goes. I don't know where yet because I'm a rebel, so...
We'll
you
give
guys guess
we'll
it.
give him a link. Anyway, continue, Brayden.
The first one I'll be starting out is Mr. Widemouth. This one happens to be my favorite. First question. How would you feel if you met someone with a really, really, really wide mouth like he has?
I would think they would have plastic surgery.
No.
I would think they would be able to do the duck face pretty well. But most likely they have plastic surgery. Like Nicki Minaj!
Okay, I would probably wonder why their face looked like that. But I probably wouldn't go as far as to ask them because I would be afraid of being rude. But if it was obviously creepy, then I'd probably just walk away slowly. Pretend I didn't see it or something.
Is this imagination or reality?
Well, it's definitely imagination.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess it could be just a psychotic killer. And also, it's not that hard to get plastic surgery. They get your lips. Anyway, continue, Brayden.
Okay, so I only have two questions for each story.
Oh, let me throw something out. If you aren't familiar with the creepypastas we are reviewing, we will also put links to the creepypastas somewhere so that you can read the creepypasta before continuing the video so that you'll know what we're talking about. Or listen to, I guess, if you do Cry Reads, so yeah. You'll be able to listen to the creepypasta.
We'll give you a link to Cry Reads and the original creepypasta.
Anyway, the second one is I'm outside your bedroom window. I think that this one happens to be really scary.
That's not a question.
I know, but I was just,
Well, you know what the second one is.
Thank you for interrupting me. Once again. Question number 1. Do you ever look out a window at night? At night.
At night. At night.
No.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
Not typically. Unless it's snowing or there's lightning out, I don't want to look out windows at night. That's just kind of creepy. It's a little eerie.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What if this happened to you?
I would...
I'd scream, pee, cry, and live with my parents. Well, I already do, so, I would move back to my parents.
Okay, I would
If I
probably
ever left.
do a lot of screaming bloody murder, calling the police.
But he cut the line.
True, that didn't work. Do a lot of panicking, crying, vomit, go fall in a corner and cry for a while. After I'd called everyone I knew.
Okay, so that's all of my questions. So none of these really compare to Slenderman.
And As long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. All dressed up in black and white, and you're dressed in that dress I like. Love is swinging in the air tonight. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. Show you a few things about love. Now we're in the swing of love. Let me show you a few things. Show you a few things about love. Hey.
Okay, so I am a chicken. A total chicken. And I hate creepypastas. I hate scary movies, creepypastas, anything scary, pretty much, as a general rule. So,
Even a Slenderman.
I am instead going to talk about some, well, they fall into the horror category, but they're not really all that scary. So a couple of scary games that we've played.
RPGs.
Yes, your RPG type. The Witch's House is the first one I'm going to talk about. And these games are best played with friends because it's hilarious to watch your friends scream at the top of their lungs when a jump scare happens. So these games can be a lot of fun to play together. So what is you guys' personal opinion on these RPG style games?
I love it.
Never played them.
Oh, true. Have you watched anyone else play them?
PewDiePie.
What'd you think?
I thought they were cool.
Okay. Do you think these games have the potential to be as scary as normal games? I do. Okay. I guess that's probably good for that one. The other game I wanted to talk about is Ebe. It is indeed Ebe, though everyone pronounces it Ib. It is Ebe, according to whatever website we got it from. So I'm going to trust that the website knows what it's talking about. That was ugly. And that is staying in the video. Just so you know.
Anyway, continue.
Okay, so Eve is a lot like the Witch's House in both gameplay and
Same engine, Kinsey.
same general idea. And
Kinsey, same game engine.
well, I mean, it's like the same general idea. It's still puzzles and that kind of thing.
Same game engine. What do you?
Okay, it doesn't matter. So, and they're the same game engine. That being said, do you think they're too much alike to be fun?
No.
Do you feel like it's going to be the same thing over and over again?
No.
You?
I don't know.
It's a new adventure every time.
What time is it?
Adventure time! With Finn and Jake.
Now, a word from our sponsors. Girl, eat a Snickers. Because you hold a lot of grudges when you're hungry. Better.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Okay, so, what do you guys like? To you, what's scarier? A game like Eve where there's tons of jump scares, or a game that just has creepy feelings that just stick with you?
Depends. If they do
Yeah.
things that are actually scary in it besides having just a creepy atmosphere, then...
If it's just a creepy atmosphere, then it doesn't bother me as much. But it's just like, it's not even necessarily the faces, because I watch scary movies all the time. But just the startling jump.
Yeah, to me, I think that maybe like the things in the scary movie, game, story, whatever you're talking about, are personally more scary than jump scares, because jump scares just get you for a second, and then you're over it, as a general rule. Whereas other kinds keep you up at night, and they haunt your nightmares.
If you're a chicken.
Like me. I admit to that openly. But personally, I don't know. These games are still... They almost have a little bit more of a scare factor than Slenderman does.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be reviewing two things. Well, reviewing. I can't speak today. Anyway, I'm going to be reviewing two things. First one on my list is She Found Her Way Into My Home. Later. Anyway. Okay. So, how do you guys feel about this creepypasta?
This creepypasta,
This one didn't scare me as bad.
it was a little creepy,
Well, you're gay.
but to me,
Jerk chicken.
I didn't find this one like super scary. It was a little bit eerie. I'll give you, it was
Yeah,
stuck with me
eerie.
a little, but it wasn't terrifying by any means. It
Please.
wasn't horrible.
At least your bedroom isn't the exact same concept as the freaking creepypasta.
Brayden, you just were you done?
Oh yeah, I'm eating lemons.
Insert random comment here, Brayden. Okay, now
Second one I'm going to review, in my
Any more
opinion.
questions? Fine.
Now the next one I'm going to be reviewing is, in my opinion, one of the top ones ever. And it's going to have to be sonic.exe. It is, in my opinion, very scary. Stuck with me for quite a while. My childhood was crushed and stomped and eat freaking bread into the dirt.
Well, but hang on. Are you talking sonic.exe to creepypasta or the game?
Aren't they the same thing?
Game.
Well,
I'd
somebody
have to
made
say
the
game.
game off of the creepypasta. So the game's scarier.
Yes. Creepypasta, sure, you could just kind of imagine it, and you can imagine however it is, but I mean, in my opinion, the creepypasta wasn't too great. Like, there's a couple things that it's just like, okay, fine, so you might have gone against your friend's will and taken the game in and played it. But in my opinion, if I ever saw that, I just would have broken it. I mean, my gosh, is it that difficult?
Okay.
Anyway. But first, that's a dirt moment, in my opinion. Second of all, the fact that he just decided, oh yeah, after I played this and shut it off, I'm just going to go straight to bed. That's just like stupidity at its finest. Then, the fact that he decided he was going to try and play it again. Again!
We can ask this.
Why would you play it again? As they say, curiosity killed the cat.
We can ask these questions.
How do you feel about this game?
I watched it this morning and it didn't scare me. Like, so one of the faces of the pictures that Sonic had made was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. You know, you're not used to that kind of thing with him. But it didn't bother me a lot much.
Okay. You know, I haven't actually seen it because, as I stated before, I am an entire chicken tit and I wouldn't allow them to show me. But this one sounds like it's a little on the fence with me. It could be creepy, but this could also be the kind of thing I brush off, so I don't really know.
I find him creepier than Slenderman, though.